why? I said no. He said why? I said no. He said try. I said no. Maybe. He said please. He said no. I said well. I said no. He said why? I said you'll never know how much it really. He said try. So at last I confess. Oh, I said no. Yes. Well, that's how I subscribe to Liberty Magazine. And you'll never know how much now I subscribe to the magazine. So at last fell in love with a guy. Oh, I said, but he didn't dig me. He had no eye. So now I really gotta try. He said no. I said please. He said no. I said a magazine. He said no. I said guy. Come on, but he didn't baby. He had no eye. He said no. So now I really got. I said why? He said no. I said why? He said no. like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling, swear I was falling. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing only for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling, swear I was falling. Why, it's almost like being in love. Yes, it's almost like being in love. coldly. How long can a lady resist? How long can a lady resist? I said no. He said please. I said no. He said please. I said no. He said please. Pretty baby. I said no. He said why. I said no. He said why. I said no. He said try. I said maybe. He said now. I said well. He said this is swell. And you'll never know how much it will mean. So at last I confess, oh, I said yes, 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 yes. That's how I subscribed to Liberty Magazine. Now I subscribed to the magazine and fell in love with a guy. But he didn't dig me, he had no eye. So now I really gotta try. He said no, I said please. He said no, I said please. He said no, I said please. Come on, baby. He said no, I said why. He said no, I said why. He said no, I said try. He said oh, maybe. I said no. He said well. I said this is swell. And the moonlight in his eyes was sublime. So at last I confess. So he said yes, 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 yes. That's how I subscribe to Lucky, Glamour, People in Espanol, Cavalier, Cosmos. Now let me see. Oh, that's right, I forgot one. That's how I subscribe to Playboy Magazine.
Good evening. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and followed by the orchestra playing our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You have a seat. Good evening. Just a few notes. The water this evening was generously donated by our Princeton High School PTO. You're also reminded that if any time you need to get into the cool air, the PAC area and different parts of the building are also air conditioned if you need to do that. We also have medical assistance here just in case. And at this time, to welcome you to this special evening, the president of the class of 2016, Jackson Miller.
Okay. Hello, parents and families of the Princeton High School class of 2016. Give it up for them, yeah. Yeah. Hello, teachers and administration of the Princeton High School class of 2016. Yeah. And hello, Princeton High School class of 2016. Hi. Yeah. So, I thought it would be best to express and represent you guys in these past 4 years. I could do so best through an a cappella hip-hop rap. So, just kidding. That would be ridiculous and inappropriate, frankly, for a graduation speech. No. So, I'd like to say thank you so much to the parents that have supported our education and our growth into young, open-minded adults that have made us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the past 13 years and that have loved us and cared for us unconditionally since day one. I'd also like to say thank you to the teachers and administrators that have cared for us conditionally, motivated us beyond what we set out to accomplish, and have pushed for us to graduate today despite a questionable amount of absences. So, Princeton High School is intense. The arts, the athletics, the academics, of course, are of the most competitive in the nation. We have stayed up all night doing Skype study sessions, and the night before tests. We have sent very concerned emails to teachers about just fractions of a point to make sure our grades were the highest they could be. We have stayed late after practices with our coaches to work on our form. And we have rehearsed until the notes on the pages became nothing but abstract black dots and lines. And we've put in all this work so that we could not only say we've done our best, but we are the best at what we do. It's great. We've accomplished so much individually and collectively, but I hope in the next 4 years, we can take a step back to breathe and not agonize over matching and surpassing the achievements of everyone else, and not question the legitimacy of every competition that we don't win. When we actually consider what is important to us, what we are truly interested in, and what we want to do but are too scared to try because of the possibility of defeat, inferiority, or just second place, we can consider what is actually important to us. If we can ease up just a little bit on the self-criticism in the next 4 years and the towering expectations that we have set for ourselves, we will be able to attempt things that we never thought we could and explore facets of ourselves that we've hidden or that we just didn't know existed, and become much more aware of who we are and what we really want to achieve, not just what we thought we had to. So let's go into the summer and the beginning of college without the anxiety of failure, but rather the excitement of exploration and discovery. And don't forget to thank your parents, because today is for them as well. And let's get a little pumped about this next phase of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackson. To sing for us, our a cappella group, Around 8.
Could stand somehow, thinking of winter. Your name is the splinter inside me while I wait. I remember the sound of your November downtown. I remember the truth, a warm December with you. But I don't have to make this mistake, and I don't have to stay this way. If only I would wait. By now, your voice is all I hear somehow, calling out winter. Your voice is the splinter inside me remember the sound of your November downtown. And I remember the truth, a warm December with you. But I don't have to make this mistake, and I don't have to stay this way. If only I would wait, I could have lost myself in rough blue waters in your eyes, and I miss you still. I remember the sound of your November downtown, and I remember the truth, a warm December with you. But I don't have to make this mistake, and I don't have to stay this way. If only I would wait, I could have lost myself in rough blue waters in your eyes, and I miss you still.
Four seniors have been selected by their classmates to deliver a senior address this evening on the themes of future, achievement, spirit, and community. Our first speaker addressing the theme of future, Isabel Sohn.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabel Sohn, and it's an incredible honor to be speaking here at graduation. Today we stand on the brink of adulthood. Legally, most of us are able to vote and drive. We are considered to be adults in the eyes of society. Mentally, many of us are ready to leave the halls of PHS and gain our first glimpse of independence. Our entire future is open to us right now. In a short while, we will step across the stage, shake hands, be handed our diploma covers, and we will cease to be PHS students. We will become PHS alumni. There's a stereotype that millennials are self-obsessed and lazy. This class proves that that stereotype is wrong. I think we'll do amazing things. Looking around at all of you, at this class of 2016, I don't see how we can do anything but amazing things. Whether it's writing the next great American novel, or discovering the cure for cancer, or anything and everything in between, I have no doubt that we will make a positive impact. But the more important question, more important than the things we may achieve, is the question, who will we be? We may not all be going down the same path or be facing the same difficulties, but the world that awaits us is the same. As we leave high school behind, we are setting out on an adventure yet unwritten. So let's write something that we'll be proud of. I think we can all agree that the present is imperfect. Halfway across the world, desperate refugees cling to rubber boats, while here it seems as if mass shootings rock our faith in humanity every other month. Sexual assault continues to plague our college campuses and communities, and true equality between men and women remains elusive. Cases of racial and LGBT-driven inequality and injustice divide our media, our communities, and our nation. There is poverty and there is suffering all around us. That is the reality of our present. This is the world we have inherited. But we can still choose what we want to do with it, who we want to be. As Lin-Manuel Miranda said in the wake of the recent tragedy in Orlando, we live through times when hate and fear seem stronger. We rise and fall and light from dying embers, remembrances that hope and love last longer. And love is love, is love, is love, is love, cannot be killed or swept aside. There will be those in times to come who will spew rhetoric filled with hate and selfishness, people who will sell ideas based on exclusion and fear. But I hope that ultimately, we always remember the humanity at our core. I hope that we always carry a reserve of hope in our back pocket, a reminder that ultimately the place is a world of good. I hope that we look to the people around us for support and laughter. I hope that we remember that we can be a generation of change, and that the golden rule is a good code to live by. I believe very strongly that the future that awaits us isn't one of darkness, but one of love and compassion and joy. You all have proven that to me in our 4 years here. And because of that, I believe that our legacy will be that we change the world for the better. With that in mind, there is no limit on where our dreams can take us or on who we can become. I hope that we always stay hungry for happiness and learning and life. I hope that we always think of others first. We may not be invulnerable, but we are invincible, if only for just this moment. The future is a scary thing. It can sometimes even be a terrifying thing. But what makes it so alarming, its unpredictableness, its uncertainty, its vastness, is also what makes it so incredibly exciting. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." The future is open to us as long as we never stop reaching for the impossible. The future is bright as long as we remember that we have the opportunity to be the light in this beautiful planet. The possibilities are truly endless. And with that said, congratulations, class of 2016, we made it.
The next address on achievement, Samaya Stevens.
What is a pearl? A pearl starts as a grain of sand, and over time, it grows more beautiful. Natural pearls form when an irritant works its way into the safe, soft, warm environment of a living organism. Kind of like me, or us, finding our way into Princeton High School. We were all foreign at some point. Foreign to the process of high school education, foreign to different people, races, and personalities. Foreign to the teachers and their high expectations. Break was new as a freshman. As a sophomore, AP exams were new. As a junior, we got park testing. And as a senior, Mommy couldn't do my college applications. Life was changing. But now, I have a perspective on what it means to achieve. Achievement is different for everyone. So let me walk you through its meaning. A, acceptance of yourself. Your good stuff and your bad stuff above what other people think. C, compete at the highest level. Make sure you're prepared to accept new challenges. H, honor, humility, and happiness. All three are needed to really be successful. I, keep yourself at the center of it all. E, equity. Equity considers us all equal. Don't think you're better than everybody else. Try to understand their position. V, be versatile. You gotta be open to change. E, elevate. Don't be afraid to ascend above your circumstances. M, marvel. Wonder about everything. E, be excellent. Make no excuses. Accept responsibility and make good choices. N, navigate yourself through hard times. And finally, T. According to the Oxford Dictionary, tenacity as a noun means the quality or fact of being able to grip something firmly, the quality or fact of being very determined, the quality or fact of continuing to exist or persist. Above all else, be tenacious. Be like a pearl. Whether you are like a grain of sand, a leaf, a piece of glass, or any foreign object, you can be turned into something beautiful. Daddy, I love you. Families, we hear you. Classmates, let me leave you with this. It is a message given to me by my father as a little girl. Black pearl, precious little girl, let me lift you up where you belong. Black pearl, precious little girl, you've been in the background much too long. Life is scarce. If you don't take a chance, you're losing, honey. Black pearl, precious little girl, let me lift you up where you belong. Thank you, class of 2016. My name is Samaya Stevens.
our next address on Spirit, Aidan Donahue.
I remember when I first walked into PHS 4 years ago as a tiny freshman. I was terrified and clueless. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know if I would succeed or if anyone would like me. Now, 4 years later, I'm in pretty much the exact same scenario. Except I'm a bit taller and there's all these people listening to me. I literally have no idea what I'm doing here. You must understand that I did not think about the decision to put my name in for speaker very hard. This is more of an impulse decision. In some aspects, I'm a doer rather than a thinker, but in other aspects, I am a thinker rather than a doer, and I delayed doing this speech until 11:30 last night. But here I am, so let's do this. I'm here today to talk to you all about spirit. When I told people that this was my topic, I got some jokers saying I should talk about ghosts or liquor. But that did get me thinking, what is spirit? Like, what does that mean? Is it just pride for this group that you arbitrarily happen to be a part of? I think it goes a bit deeper than that. As a school, Princeton High School's school spirit is shown in a different manner than what people normally think of when they hear that phrase. Sure, we have our fans of football, our people that wear PHS blue with pride, and our cheerleaders and everything else, but the most significant source of our school ethos is our togetherness as a group. This year, our class and entire school was put in the media spotlight after an incident, shall we call it. It rocked the entire community. However, as a great man once said, a house divided cannot stand. Our class came together under certain figurehead leaders, Berto Crespo, shoutouts, and stayed together as strong as ever after the scandal passed. The incident just showed everyone what we really were and that we were there for one another. Our spirit is the quiet collectiveness that our class experiences, the strong yet insistent push that we have on the world around us, the determined cry that we're here and together for one another. No matter where we go, what we do, who we meet, or how our lives develop, we can all say with pride that we were a part of the class of 2016, and that is a bond that cannot be broken. I'd like to close with a quote from my cross-country coach of 4 years, Mark Shelley. He always says, the process is the goal. And that's what high school was, a process, a journey, an ongoing experience that we all shared together for the 728 days that we spent in that school right there. Having our diploma covers handed to us isn't what we will remember. Our memories will stem from the normal everyday experiences, like walking down the halls to go to your break spot or going to the attendance window to get a late pass for first period. Whatever happens next, I know we will all remember the 4 years we spent together at Princeton High. Thank you.
And to address us on community, Taran Krishnan.
So to start off, as the only non-elected student speaker up here today, I feel I should quote Frank Underwood in that democracy is so overrated. When I was told I'd be giving this speech, I proceeded to do what I normally do when given an assignment from a teacher, and that was message all my friends looking for their answers. As I furiously interrogated people around the school, asking what community meant to them, a couple answers kept on surfacing. Yes, we're all little tigers, but the variety of definitions showed me that as a collective body, we're so much more than that. For starters, we're kleptomaniacs. Who hasn't wanted to break into the tower, the dungeon, and the infamous English department office? We're party animals, straight savages. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about all 13 of you who showed up to the homecoming dance this year. We're rebels at heart, fighting the tyranny of the Princeton Police Department after our incident, Who do they think they are, telling us that we can't fly a drone at a football game? I'm so sorry, Aaron Olkin. United in the halls of PHS, we've become like family, and like every older sibling in every family, we couldn't help but ask, Mitchell, why in the world did you dye your hair blonde? I mean, you can pull it off, but I'm just wondering why. We pulled pranks on our parents, Lori, Jessica, and Jared, by bringing our pets to school. They ranged from dogs to business cards. I named mine Frank, he can do a couple tricks now. We attended our brother's dopey talent show as Ian Stewart cried and confessed his love to me on stage, and Jake Cadeau came to school shirtless for the 5th time in his life. And we all miss our Uncle Gary, whose advice we always sought. Along with being a family at PHS, every PHS student seems to act the same way. Faced with the daunting challenge of having to wait more than 15 minutes to check our grades, we collectively lost our minds when Power School shut down. At prom, we showed our wild side, dancing with friends, classmates, strangers, and Mr. Lucker, who, like Steph Curry, was PHS's first unanimous prom king. And we made the hour-and-a-half drive down to Seaside Heights. I'm going to skip this part because there are children here. But to me, personally, community was a little different. Community was Sophia Blackwelder scolding Mr. Wood as he reprimanded me for using the wrong pronoun on my first day at PHS. It was Owen Lindenfelder asking me if I wanted to sit with him when I was just a new kid. It was Frankie Yandersevitz helping me survive chemistry when all we wanted to do was play Clash of Clans. It was Harry Coffey blatantly bribing me with free coffee, and it was Kevin Cantor calling me late at night asking me if I knew where I could find a sexy cop outfit. I guess that's the most beautiful part about a community. We go through life thinking we're so small, and we don't realize how much we can affect those around us. Over the course of our 4 years on 151 Moore Street, I know at times it may seem that we're just a cog in the system, defined by an ID number and a test score. I know it's easy to feel isolated. We stick to our friends during break and the weekends, occasionally smile at classmates in the hallway, and rarely interact with our 100-plus Snapchat friends outside the time of the day when our hair and the light are perfect. But there are certain undeniable truths that we can all connect to. To me, community isn't so much knowing everyone in PHS, but feeling connected to everyone who's had the privilege to walk these halls. Community at PHS, it's sneaking into rooms, it's acting like a family, and it's sparking only the Odyssey because we got it, Miss King. Balance is best in all things. My dad always told me to be paranoid, which to him meant to check my pockets twice, study for that extra hour, and freak out when she still hasn't texted me back. But I think we can all interpret his advice in a different way. We should be paranoid about our community, striving to make it a better place. In college, we should reach out to new friends and check up on old ones. We should volunteer, participate, and build a legacy wherever we go. We should be a part of something bigger, grander, and more complex than we can even imagine. We should be a part of our community. So go Wolverines, go Wildcats, Rambling Rex, Scarlet Knights, go Nittany Lions and Buckeyes, but first and foremost, go Little Tigers. Thank you.
And to sing a musical selection, The Cat's Meow. Thank you. Superintendent Cochran, members of the Board of Education, faculty, parents, friends, alumni, and community. It is my honor to stand before you this evening and in front of the class of 2016. I join our student speakers in thanking all the very special people who have helped along the way. Thank you, parents and grandparents. And I won't embarrass them right now, but I'm going to thank my parents, who I thought were live streaming this in South Central Pennsylvania, but found their way here tonight to see their daughter. All of the teachers from the Princeton Public Schools, and of course, the Princeton High School faculty and staff. Thank you, PHS faculty, for all of your good work, your love of working with young people, your loyalty to our school, and your willingness to always do what's best for our students. This evening, the faculty was led by Senior Class Advisor Patty Manhart, and along with her was Mrs. Martique Branch and Mr. Tim Anderson. Mrs. Branch is retiring after 42 years in the Princeton Public Schools. I hope it's okay that I do this, Mrs. Branch. Mrs. Branch graduated from Princeton High School in 1962. She has taken on a number of roles here for us over the years, and we are truly going to miss her. Mr. Tim Anderson leaves us after 18 years. We wish him the best of luck in his next career. And tonight we also honor Mr. John Cavalis, who left his mark on Princeton High School over many years and who I know has touched the hearts and minds of many of you who've passed through these doors. It's my pleasure to recognize all the people who contributed to this beautiful evening. On behalf of the graduates and their families, thank you to all the custodians and grounds crew, the tech crew, all of our secretaries in the main office, guidance office, and departmental offices. Mrs. Jackaloo and your horticulture club for the beautiful plants you see all around here tonight. My fellow administrators up here with me, all the counselors, case managers, school nurses, PTO volunteers, and many others who contributed to this ceremony. And now, class of 2016, my message to all of you. How fortunate are we to be on the front lawn this year? How nice is this out here? I'm also reminded, Tehran reminded me, but I didn't forget, of a few weeks ago when we all came together on the front lawn. I believe it was Bring Your Dog to School Day. Some of you also decided at that time to place about 10,000 business cards throughout the building. But what was remarkable about that plan was that many of you put personal, inspirational thoughts and questions on the back of those, hoping that somewhere 30 years from now, we will find those business cards in that high school. I knew you were a special group when you entered Princeton High School in 2012. Hurricane Sandy hit our shores during the first 2 months of your freshman year. You ask, how can I help? How can I provide service? How and what can I contribute to make our community and other communities better? I hope you never stop asking these questions, because it does reflect the kindness, compassion, and level of concern for humanity that you all show. You continue to acknowledge our need to always do better as individuals and as a school, and you worked even harder to ensure a lasting impact on our school and community. At a time when the world feels unsettled, I hope you will continue to be kind to your neighbor, to show compassion for those less fortunate, to be tolerant of those who do not have the same beliefs as you, and to always ask, how can I help? Your individual and collective stories have been highlighted in the Prince, the Tower, the Ivy, Spork, and our newest edition, 151 millimeter, as are your many athletic, academic, and co-curricular successes. We have all stood by, oh so proud of you, as you live to learn, and learn to live. Class of 2016, in Principal Snyder's traditional closing words, your work is done here. The world awaits your spirit, your talents, and your leadership. With the authority vested in me as acting principal of Princeton High School, I certify that the students being presented here for graduation this evening have met the requirements of the Board of Education of the Princeton Public Schools and the state of New Jersey. It is my honor to present the class of 2016 to Superintendent Steve Cochran.
Thank you, Ms. Rotz. Good evening, everyone. Just for the record, I want to note for all in attendance that it appears that the weather jinx of the superintendent is officially over. We are not inside a sweltering gym on a rainy day, as was the case with my first two graduations. No, we are outside on a beautiful afternoon under bright blue skies with a gentle breeze and a backdrop of the iconic castle, where for the past 4 years, our students, your children, learned and laughed and became adults. So good afternoon, parents and grandparents, brothers and sisters, faculty and staff, administrators, board members, and honored guests. Thank you all for being here to celebrate our students. And good afternoon, Princeton High School seniors, scholars, friends, and members of the class of 2016. Today marks a milestone in your lives. It is a day to reflect on the accomplishments, the challenges, and the relationships of the last 4 years. And it is a day to consider what comes next. You stand on the brink of uncharted adventure. You are preparing to create the magnum opus, the great work of your lives. And I, as your superintendent, have the responsibility to impart to you some wisdom as you leave this campus to become citizens of the world. And so, on this monumental occasion, weighted with that responsibility, I want to speak to you today about baseball. Now, some consider baseball to be simply a sport, and a somewhat boring one at that, but I believe that embedded in the game of baseball are pearls of wisdom and the answers to some of life's deepest questions. And so, as you graduate into the world, I give you 3 baseball lessons for life. Lesson number 1, you can't get to second with 1 foot on first. Standing on first base may feel safe, but in baseball, you never see players just standing on first. They're always leading off, poised, ready to run, ready to take that calculated risk required to advance to second. The same is true in life. Life happens when you lead off. You know this already. Think of the times during your years at PHS when you did not play it safe, when you let off and then made that mad dash to second. Maybe you let off when you auditioned for a play or took a course that really challenged you or asked out that boy or girl you always liked. Maybe you let off with the creation of a boundary-pushing piece of art or the paper that disagreed with your teacher's interpretation of the text. Maybe you let off by finally speaking your truth to a counselor or a parent about feelings of sadness or stress or depression. Maybe you let off by speaking in support of the district's transgender policy, or maybe you let off by coming to a school board meeting to speak out in favor of option 2 for athletes, or a schedule that allows for more sleep, or a more comprehensive approach to Holocaust education. I urge you, continue to speak out. And I urge you to act. We need you to. The world you are entering has awesome potential, but it is a planet plagued by violence and bigotry and an increasingly more fragile environment. Your voices matter, your actions matter, and our democracy depends on you. Never forget that by some happy accident of birth, you are citizens of the freest country on the planet. But those freedoms can exist if they are not exercised, and those freedoms do not exist for the majority of your peers around the world. Be a part of the discussion about the vision for that world. Take the action of voting in this next election and in each one after that. There is much at stake. Every artist you've ever admired, every athlete you've ever emulated, every leader you've ever looked up to, is an individual of action, someone who leads off from the safe, the ordinary, the way things have always been done. Be that individual. Listen to that inner voice inside of you prompting you to ask that question, make that statement, apply for that internship, spend that semester abroad. We all have a choice, comfort or growth. We can stand passively, safely on first base, or we can lead off and sprint towards second. Of course, taking action, trying new experiences, visiting new places, understanding new cultures, implementing new ideas is not always easy or pretty, but neither is getting to second base. There may be times when we end up metaphorically sliding face first in the dirt. There may be times when we actually get tagged out. But it is courage in the face of criticism and persistence in the face of setbacks that form the foundation of all meaningful change in the world. Innovation rests on risk-taking. And as Mark Twain once wrote, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did. Life happens when you lead off. So take your foot off first, make a run for it, slide. And the good news is this, you don't have to go it alone. Which brings me to baseball lesson number 2. Successful pitchers always have great outfielders. Pitchers may look like they're alone on the mound, but they're not. They're backed up by all the people in the field who catch the fly balls, stop the grounders, and execute the double plays that keep the pitchers out of trouble and help them perform well. The same is true for all of us. None of our achievements are accomplished alone. We all have a team of people supporting us. Consider your accomplishments of the last 4 years, academic, artistic, athletic. Who was on your team? Teachers, counselors, coaches, assistant principals, parents, friends. They inspired you, pushed you, supported you, listened to you, loved you. Now consider the years ahead. As a class, you will be scattered across the country. There will likely be times, perhaps in your freshman year of college, perhaps at some other points in your future, when you will feel very much alone. Like a pitcher facing a full count with the bases loaded, you will be under pressure. In those moments, take a deep breath, look around, and know that your team is marshaled to support you. Your parents will always love you. Your friends will always have your back. And those of us at PHS will always be proud of you. So throw your best pitch and don't stress about the score. Which brings me to the final baseball lesson for life, and it is simply this: play ball. Notice that umpires never say work ball. There is a joy that baseball players bring to the field, whether for a game or for hours of practice and preparation, and I believe it is because they love the game even more than they love their jobs. Actor Bradley Whitford once offered the following advice to graduates: fall in love with the process, and the results will follow. You've got to want to act, he said, more than you want to be an actor. You've got to want to do whatever you want to do more than you want to be whatever you want to be. You've got to want to write more than you want to be a writer, want to heal more than you want to be a doctor, want to teach more than you want to be a teacher, want to serve more than you want to be a politician. Life is too challenging for external rewards to sustain us. The joy is in the journey. And so as you step today into the adventure of college and career and the excitement of the world, enjoy the journey. Work hard, laugh often, have fun, play ball. Congratulations, Princeton High School class of 2016. And now, by the power invested in me by the state of New Jersey, I accept the certification of Acting Principal Lori Rotz that the seniors in attendance here today have met and indeed surpassed the academic requirements necessary for the completion of high school, and I pronounce the Princeton High School class of 2016 ready to receive their diplomas.
Aditya Adikalavan. Gavin Alcott. Danielle Almstead. Matthew Emmerich Ames. Crystal Ann. Anna Olivia Anderson. Noelle Anglade. Yonatan Atali. Derek Avila. Zachary Patrick Babar. Adria Joy Backus. Alex Bank. Bridget Barrett. Clara Bazarco. David Paul Beamer. Joseph Bell. Adrian Vincent Benaboo. Orion Benaboo. Evelyn Bench. Cameron Bessilar. Emma Bazilla. Dunbar Paul Burney IV. Caroline Black. Sophia Alexandra Blackwelder. Haley Bodden. Theodore Joseph Bonus Blasi. Isaac Bolin. Kathleen Boyles. Hannah Conrad Bradley. Mackenzie Jane Brigham. Shaheem Brown. Jacob Emerson Cadeau. Runfang Kai. Malik Kalakian. Harley Campbell Sarametis. Natalie Hope Campisi. Rebecca Lee Casey. Jasmine Charles. Junhung Chen. Noah Guin Chen. Christian Chang. David Ming-Un Xu. William Henry Edwards Christensen. Matthew Cirillo. Olivia Ann Clark. Caitlin Cleary. Julie Clement. Harrison Coffey. David Cohen. Golan Loren Cohen. Jeremy Burhow Cohen. Hallie Noel Copeland. Sophia Grace Carodi. Alexis Cortez. Emma Kosoboom. Caitlin Taylor Costa. Norberto Crespo. Martha Cryan. Sean Michael Cuevas. Joseph Charles Consolo. And Ms. Campisi will continue the reading of the names.
Thank you to Mr. Philippone. Isaac Halperin Cutler-Kreutz. Lisa D'Souza. Micah James Daly Harris. Shreya Dandamudi. Madeline L. Deerdorf. Christopher McGovern de Clement. Amir Degani. Gabrielle Deitch. Dennis Del Cid Santos. Isabella Amita Deshmukh. Teo Nicholas Devlamink. Serena DiBianco. Matisse Digraf. Emily DeLilla. Henry David Dobbs Alsop. Anna Catherine Dobler. Jen Domingo Alcina. Aiden John Donahue. Alice Dong. Dwight Donis. Benjamin Biko Donnelly Fine. Sebastian Dowell. Michael D. Dowers. Nathan Dresner. Nikola Drobniak. Lydia Isabel Duff. Denali Donawilla. Harry Divich. Rachel Eberhardt. Caleb Moritz Eckstein. Mariel Adokwe. Samuel Jordan Edwards. Emma Marie Eichelberner. Daniel C. Eisgruber. Catherine Elizabeth Ellsworth. Gabriel Enriquez Ramirez. Mavelli Espitia. Lauren Ivanovich. Sarah Catherine Evans. Layli Farhang. Alex Bonet Fernandez. Alina Ava Flatcher. Jason Florial. Nicholas S. Fliss. Caroline Forey. Jeannie Belinda Francois. Tim Frawley. Alexander Frida. Alyssa Jordan Friedman. Emma Kate Froelich. Daniel A. Galastro. Axel Galliano. Sarah Galvis. Sean Gao. Samuel Joseph Garcia Perez. Antonio Garcia Harris. Genevieve Amelia Garlock. Nicolette Garth. Rose Gelman. William Pierce Gibson. Caroline Giles. Rachel Glasser. Brian Gliboff. Sarah Goffreda. Dylan Nicholas Goldman. Sarah Golobish. Alyssa Victoria Gonzalez. Michaela Granzin. Logan Skylar Green. Gabriel Greenwood. Amy Guan. Ashton Thomas Gote Gunawan. And Mrs. Donovan will continue with the reading of the names.
Owen D. Haft. Nicholas Walter Halliday. Alexandra Ham. Olivia Hamblett. Daniel Hanna. Christopher Harla. Bradley Maxwell Harris. Serafina Harris Farong. Matt Hart. Emma Elizabeth Hartigan. Amy Hauer. Maya Hauscheld. Rory Joseph Hellstrom. Jad Hensey. Joaquin Hernandez Burt. Anna Jo Herwig. Matthew David Herwig. William Lewis Herwig. Brittany Kristen Hidalgo. Evan Hirschman. Justin Ho. Imani S. Holiday. Jacqueline Hua. Andrew T. Huang. Daniel Huang. Earl Humes. Amanda Indike. David Charles Jackson. Marie Louise James. Benjamin Flynn Johnson. Andrew Dwyer Jones. Christopher Daniel Jost. Isabel R. Joyce. Alex Jew. Pascal Julian. Clay Kaiser. Marisha Kaminska. Kevin Cantor. George Karakalios. Hannah R. Kaufman. Daniel Kern. Kirsten Kerr. Lakshmi Angie Kaswani. Nevada Sky Keaton. Tej R. Khanna. Seung Il Justin Kim. Simon Kingsley. Sarah Klebanoff. Rachel Beverly Kleiman. Gabrielle Klein. Nicole Caroline Klein. Brett Robert Comis. William Andrew Kozlowski. Stephen Kratzer Jr. Tehran Krishnan. Megan Kuo. Nicholas A. Kurdzak. Mrs. Sonia Matisha will continue with the reading of the names.
Patrick Lafontaine. Alexander G. Lai. Matthew Lambert. Crystal Lau. Bryn Margaret Lorash. Luis Alfredo Lazo Silva. Imogen Lee. Ryan Joseph Lehman. Jolene Nicole Lushton. Donghong Jason Lee. Scott Lee. Andrew Licata. Aaron F. Lickblau. Andrew Lin. Zimming Lin. Owen W. Lindenfelder. Jacob Wayne Leo. Taylor Alexis Liss. Harvey Liu. Helen Liu. Natalie Easton Lauren. Christopher Robert Love. Raekwon Tyreek Lozada. Peter W. Luther. Maggie Kathleen Lynch. Cynthia Ma. Kevin Ian Mahiri. Spencer Ryan Mako. Rashawn R. Malcolm. Pierre Antoine Martin. Lucia Mateo. Harrison C. Max. Caroline S. McClatchy. Michael C. McCory. Grace McGurk. Jade Kincaid McKechnie. Lauren Beth McNulty. Lou Miai. Jackson Thomas Miller. Dylan Hunter Mills. Lucas Abate Mitchell. Edgar Morales. Thomas W. Morris. Eloise Munier. Mitchell Donald Mullen. Dahlia Musa. Susan Musa. Zoe Thoft Nadeau. Emma Rose Brenner Newman. Christina Paige Nini. Zachariah Nishtar. Madeline Norman. And now Mr. Paulo Velasco will continue with the reading of the names.
Evan Rice O'Donnell. Matthew Joseph Ochoa. Aaron Phineas Olkin. Abel Onofre. Deanna Ostorio. Sneha Pandey. Jung Jae Park. Will Jeffrey Parker. Sean Alexander Parnett. Alexandra Patel. James Patton. Stefano Percivale. Louis Pettigene. Jordan Lee Patron. Mark Petrovic. Maya K. Petway. Nicholas Pibble. Keshav Pathireddy. Caroline Barnett Purdy. Zachary Rand. Jasmine Molly Rebarber. Peter Joseph Reed. Patricia Dowgan Riley. Hayden Samuel Reyes. Peter Mason Riley. Blaine Thomas Reinhardt. Brianna Romaine. Christina Gabrielle Rosca. Alina Roy Chowdhury. Hannah Ryan Rush. Julia Ryan. Sasha Kaur Ryder. Jaime Saborio. Nikita Salgame. Jillian Elizabeth Samios. David T. Santoro Jr. Lillian Rose Santoro. Maya Lele Sarafin. Seth Sawant. Aureli Shana Ariel Chason. Emily Quinn Scattini. Catherine Schofield. Claire Rose Schultz. Kylie Ann Sikelski. Hannah Semmelhack. George Seneco. Cheyenne Setneska. William R. Shaughnessy. Tenzin Jordan Shawa. Elizabeth Sway. Isaiah Shannon Sigler. Xavier Anthony Simonelli. Sequoia Simpson. Jacob T. Sirota. Caroline Smith. Ashley Nicole Smithers. Cole Matthew Snyder. Julia Snyder. Isabel M. Sohn. Amy Song. And Mrs. Shaw will continue with the reading of the names.
Allison Marie Spahn. Denise Lynn Spivey. Jack Stange. Sumaya Tamura Stevens. Ian Patrick Stewart. Joseph Ross Studholm. Emily Ray Swedish. Kellington Marie Swedish. Nicola G. Tachev. Rinat Ma'ayan Tal. Kevin Tang. Julia Marie Tarantino. Ariana Tartaglia. Colin Taylor. Jeremy Taylor. Theodore William Tell. Tyreek E. Thompson. Tatiana Thompson. Liam Timmons. Matthew John Toplin. Alexa M. Trani. Callie Teresa Urisco. Dejalante Vicasi Valme. Duncan Van Dyke. Kathleen Vanderkam. Sophia Vargas. Catherine Vasquez. Casey Vasquez. Adolfo Vasquez Rojas. Philip Joseph Vasseur. Bonnie Veaton. Jordan K. Vine. Mark Jordan Waldeck. Chen Chen Wang. Crystal Wang. Puchian Wang. Julia Ward. Victoria Iris Wayland. Andrew Way. Dorothy Jerry Weiss. Margaret J. Welch. Emily Catherine Wilson. Ryan Elizabeth Woodbury. Elizabeth Wright. Leon Wu. Luzilar Wu. Stephanie Wu. Frank Martin Yandrusevitz IV. Leah Yaski. Jae-hoon Yoon. Mason Young Shore. Tiffany Yuan. Richard Ronald Zarek III. Sierra Madison Zarek. Jinki Zheng. Alina Zhou. Nina Zhang. Rebecca Zhao. Diana Zhu. Melody Yangtze Zuo. Noah Michael Ziegler. Talia Brooke Zinder.
Would everyone please stand and join the cat's meow and the singing of the Princeton High School alma mater?
Now stand and sing with heart and voice our alma mater's praise. Let all who know thy guiding hand to thee the chorus raise. Our friendships hold in memory thy tower against the sky, and evermore our hearts shall sing in praise of Princeton High.
Graduates, you may now turn your tassel from the right to the left.